Awesome, the sound of skylarks. I saw one fly past the other day. Do you know what? This is one of my favourite noises in the world. In nature, the sound of birds singing. You can hear it. It's like birds winning. I always think the sound of loads of it's just one. I love it. It's made of the ground. Spring is here, people. Heard curlews yesterday. In fact, I've heard curlews over the last few days. They've been around. They're obviously beginning their nesting. Exciting times. This guy's alone. I better give nature an actual chance. There's another one here, look. There really are loads of them up here. They do real well up here. Perfect habitat, nice and out of the way. Well, so much for unbroken blue sky. Looks like somebody's doing their level best to make sure that doesn't happen, as usual. See, interestingly, they've not been spraying over my head this morning. I put out a video last night on my YouTube channel and where this will be going. And it's interesting, people who say that one person can't change the world has no idea. Because they know exactly where all of us are, exactly who's filming, exactly who's watching, and they know full well if they do certain things at certain times, it stands out a bleeding mile off. So they have to change their plans, so they have to spray in different places. And I guarantee you, not one of these clouds in the sky is a different cloud. This is all sprayed out. I can tell because I can tell by the colour of it. The colour of it is not natural. There's no reason for this sky, these clouds, to be full of aluminium like they are. Absolutely no reason. And like I say, the forecast said unbroken clear sunshine until mid-afternoon, and that's clearly not going to be the case, is it? Look at this mass of shit. It's not rain clouds, people. That is just shit, horrible chemical clouds. Like I keep saying, unless we stand up en masse and do something about this, which means instead of ridiculing me when I'm talking about it and going, oh, it's just you're just one of those conspiracy theory people. I have to say to people now, I'm like, it's not a conspiracy theory. It's very much a fact. Skylarks here. I've done fucking hundreds of hours of research into this, and even thousands of hours of recording and watching and observing. Skylarks are out en masse. Awesome. It's not by chance, I know what I'm talking about. I'm not the only person who knows what they're talking about either. We've done an awful lot of research, we've done an awful lot of watching. We know how the contrails work, we know how the chemtrails work, we know how the chem bombs work. Just by watching and observing and watching what happens. Like, that is science at the end of the day. So all these times I hear from people going, oh, follow the science, trust the science, rah-de-rah. And I'm like, you're sitting behind a computer taking someone's word for it. How is that following science? Get out there and reenact the science that they're telling you about and see what answers you come up with. Science is about watching, observing, finding patterns, correlations, and then coming to conclusions. Not about listening to some fucking bullshit from some mainstream media outlet which is controlled by half a dozen families with nefarious fucking agendas, to say the least. Comedy gold. Anyway, like I say, you can either take the word of these basically mafia, or you could take the word of normal people who care about normal people. Like, we have no reason to do this shit. It's not for our own benefit. We do this shit because we care about fucking humanity and our planet and our wildlife. And we don't think that anybody has the right to play God with our fucking skies, with our weather, with people, with anything. And I think that's fairly justifiable, don't you? Being as though these are basic human rights. And don't be fooled by these little acts of parliament at the moment saying that they're going to change the Human Rights Act. It's bullshit. It means absolutely nothing. There are fundamental human rights of being human, and no one can take them away from you, regardless of what alleged statutes they bring in, etc., etc. It's down to the people who stand up and know full well that we have way, way, way more power than these dark warlords, who literally are in their last days. And I hear a lot of people talking about end of days and blah-de-blah. What they don't realise, which I find strange because they're obviously all into creation, because they're biblical people, they forget that we are all creator beings and we have the power to change whatever we want if we have the balls to stand up and be counted. If we don't, then we don't. Simple as that. This has happened hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times before. Hence why there's a lot of unexplainable massive buildings, massive this, rah-de-rah, stuff that couldn't even be built today because our technology has been hidden for fuck knows how long. Anyway, what a beautiful day. I do go off on tangents, however, there's a lot to say in this world. Beautiful view. Oh look, perfect timing. Look at this. You couldn't make this shit up. So here we have, above my head, one of these planes that miraculously does not leave any sort of trail because, my friends, modern jet engines do not leave trails. And yet you all accept it as a rule of planes, and then you go, oh, it's atmospheric conditions and all that shit, and it's like, bullshit, is it, man? I've been watching this for fucking ever. Normally you can see one spraying and one not. However, at the moment I can only see this one. Like I say, I'm pretty sure they'll be out in force over me at about 12 o'clock midday. It does look the case to be honest. What you can see all around me, they've been doing it elsewhere, haven't they? Possibly out in the ocean, possibly over spots where nobody's filming them. I'm sure there are spots where nobody's bothers to stand up or look or get their head out their arse. Anyway, there you go. There's your sporadic cloud cover, allegedly, we're going to have this afternoon. Bullshit, are we? Blanket grey out again. Unfucking-believable. Anyway, I'm going to stop right now. Peace and love. Get your head out of the sand. Start paying attention. Stop believing the mainstream bullshit, because it is actual lie after lie after lie. Anyone who hasn't worked that out over the last 2 years in particular, but I would say 20 years, really is living in a fucking dream world, quite frankly, and has no idea what's going on. Like, brainwashed, dumbed down, whatever you want to call it, manipulated to fuck, living in fear. And here's a little example of how local our sun is as well. This always pisses him off. Sun rays just through that section of sky. If that was 93 million miles away, people, these rays would be uniform across the entire sky. They're not, are they? They're just in that little patch there, which proves to you that the sun is just above the clouds. It's not rocket science, people. Start paying attention. You too will work this shit out for yourself. You don't have to look at anybody else's video to know this shit. Just fucking look for yourself. Anyway, peace and love.